Introducing the starting lineup for visiting Medaille Mavericks. At left wing, number 15, Drew Marino. At center, number 23, Anthony Amoya. At right wing, number 26, Bobby Marino. On defense, number 2, Logan Flipiak. On defense, number 44, Nick Chandler. Starting in goal, number 31, Alex Paul. Head coach of the Medaille Mavericks is Bob Chyka. And now the starting lineup for your Buffalo State College Bengals. At left wing, number 63, Elliot Hunt. At center, number 28, Joe Otempio. At right wing, number 8, Alex Medaille. On defense, number 26, Ryan Hahn. On defense, number 27, Anthony Farnett. Starting in goal, number 31, Dave Hahn. The head coach of the Bengals is Tim Turner, with assistant coaches Jeff Shevchak and Brian Lotempio. At this time, please rise if you are able and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. From the campus of Buffalo State College, and welcome inside the Buffalo State Ice Arena. Tonight, the Buffalo State Bengals hosts the Medaille College Mavericks, a Collegiate Hockey Federation matchup. This live broadcast on YouTube is being brought to you by Envious Gameware by Bar Down Creative, the official uniform supplier of Buffalo State Club Hockey. Also by Bob and Josh La Hacienda, a Buffalo pizza tradition since 1972. By AutoStars Collision and Mechanical, quality service and car care from their location at 225 Amherst. And by Ivy Lee Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy with over 60 years of serving Kenmore and surrounding towns. Alongside camera operator Joey Gonzalez, my name is Aaron Elpern. Pleased to be joining you with live YouTube coverage of Buffalo State Club Hockey. Tonight the Bengals come in on a 7-game winning streak after taking all 3 games last weekend in Erie. A 7-3 win over Gannon on Friday, and then 2 wins over Penn State Barron College, 5-4 on Saturday and 5-3 on Sunday. We're underway from the Buffalo State Ice Arena. Thank you for joining us tonight. Puck inside the Buff State zone, now moved in front of the net and slid back to the point where a shot's taken there by number 44, Nick Chandler. Shot was just wide. Now in the corner, 2 players on each team battling in there for the puck. It's Ryan Hahn who has it right now, but coming away with it is Anthony Amoya for Medaille. Puck comes out to the right wing where Medaille moves it into the neutral zone. Elliot Hunt knocks down his man there, but a loose puck comes back towards the Medaille zone. Medaille now picking it up in the neutral zone, coming in over the blue line. Medaille now looking to create an opportunity, circles back towards the blue line, and loses control of the puck there, but Farnett is on hand to help him out. Chandler tries to get it out for Medaille now, but Hunt takes it away. Hunt coming back, slides it across to Lotempio. In front, Lotempio with an opportunity there. Save made on the play by Paul. Medaille finds a loose puck and dumps down into the corner. Chasing it down there will be Elliot Hunt. Hunt in front of the net, and Joe Lotempio's shot is stopped on play by Paul. In the other direction now with Amoya for Medaille. Puck gets to the Buff State blue line and offsides on the play. Puck is touched up there just inside the blue line by Bobby Marino, and we'll have a whistle with 18:48 remaining in the first period. Just underway here between Buff State and Medaille. No scores so far from the Buffalo State Ice Arena. Spitzer wins the draw for Buff State. Puck comes free, loose into just inside the Buff State zone though. Taking it away there will be Nick Brooks. Brooks bringing it through the neutral zone and into Medaille territory. Brooks takes a shot on the right side and a rebound, shot and goal. Mitch Thornton there on hand for the rebound. Buries it home, past the goaltender Paul. And Thornton has the game's first goal. The minute 27 into the first period, burying the rebound. The shot taken coming in out of the play by Brooks. That will be Thornton's fourth goal on the season. 2 games in a row with goals now for Mitch Thornton, as he put one in against the Penn State Barron College Lions on Sunday. First Buffalo State goal, his fourth of the season, scored by number 5, Mitch Thornton. Assist to number 19, Nick Brooks, and number 3, Noah Reinhardt. Forward from Brooks and Reinhardt by the Bengals goal, 1-point shot. Loose puck in the neutral zone, taken away by goal scorer Thornton, brought inside the Medaille College zone. But a turnover there, and coming back in the opposite direction with it will be Sitch. Sitch loses control as Thornton with another opportunity. Quick shot taken there off the pass from Lotempio. Another opportunity there from Thornton from the high slot. Glasgow finds a loose puck and dumps it deep into Maverick zone. Nick Lotempio chasing it down there in the corner. Lotempio creates a turnover. Comes out to Glasgow. Glasgow gets loose in front. He lets a shot go. Bodami almost there with the rebound. Botch keeps it in, fires a shot just wide. Lotempio now slides it back in front. Couldn't get it Bodami though. Botch takes a hit, slides the pass in front. Now coming back in the other direction, it will be Logan Tanna. Logan Tanna now from Medaille. Takes a hit from O'Connor. Gets on to Pietrzak. Back down to the point to Sitch. His shot handled there by Hahn, and we're going to have a penalty on the play, as there's a little bit of mix-up behind that there between Pietrzak and O'Connor. Looks like there will be a penalty called here. And it's going to number 7, Jared O'Connor. Elbowing the call in the play at 3:06. So the Bengals go to the penalty kill here in the first period with a 1-0 lead. Buffalo State penalty to number 7, Jared O'Connor. 2 minutes for elbowing. O'Connor, 2 minutes for elbowing. Time of the Bengals penalty, 3:06. Stoppage in play with 1:39 remaining in the penalty kill. Face-off will be coming up to the right of goaltender Dave Hahn. Hahn getting his second start in a row. He was in net for the win on Sunday over Penn State Barron College. Hahn comes in with a record of 4-2 on the season and a save percentage of .896. Bodami on to take the draw for Buff State. He wins the draw back to Ryan Hahn. Hahn in the corner, circling around behind his net. Loses control of the puck there, and it comes out to the point. Kept in there by Sitch. Down into the corner where it's far net, finding a loose puck and getting it to Glasgow. Glasgow can't clear the zone. Sitch now takes it back toward the Buff State net. Sitch now in the far corner. Looking for pass behind the net, slides it to Drew Marino. Marino in front, back to the point. Dump back down low by the defenseman there. Sitch in the far corner. Sitch slides it back to the point to Bob Marino. His shot is saved there by Dave Hahn. Loose puck picked up there by Bodami. Bodami up to Glasgow. Glasgow and Bodami bringing it in on a penalty kill. In front there, Glasgow with a shot just wide. Glasgow finds his rebound, tries a wraparound attempt, can't quite get the handle on it. In the other direction will be Anthony Amoya. Moya in over the Buff State blue line, cutting in towards the center, loses control of the puck as Murphy and Bodami were cutting off his lane there. Puck in behind the Buff State net, slid out in front, nice save there by Dave Hahn. Good opportunity there in the play by Bobby Marino in the high slot, had plenty of room to get a shot off. Dave Hahn made a good stop. Marino now in the far corner. Slides it on to his brother Drew Marino. Drew Marino up towards the point. That pass is intercepted by Bodami, and Bodami takes it away one-on-one. Bodami into Medaille zone. Bodami in front of the net, but can't quite get a handle on the puck to get a shot away. And there's now 13 seconds left in the penalty to O'Connor. Michael Otempio chasing it down there in the penalty kill. Pedaling in there with Shantler. Shantler has the loose puck. Looks to head up ice for the Mavericks. Shantler's pass across to Tam. Inside the zone, it's Zimmerman. Gudsteck in corner. Loses it to Joe Lotempio. Lotempio can't get it out of the corner, but it stays botched there, picking it up and sending it the length of the ice. It will go just wide of the Medaille goal, and icing is waved off on the play. Pass coming up the left wing, cut off there by Elliott Hunt. Hunt lets a shot go that hits just off glass, deflects into the back of the net. Flipping it out into the neutral zone now. Coming away with it is Ryan Hahn. Hahn's shot just on goal. Nice save there by the goaltender, Paul. Hunt has the puck to the left of the net. Out to the point where Reinhart keeps it in. Reinhart down Militello. Militello takes a hit. Puck slides off of the boards. Chipped up into the neutral zone now, and Ryan Hahn goes back for it. On cross ice, Militello. Militello into the zone. Militello cuts it towards the slot. Can't get a shot away, but Elliott Hunt gathers in the loop puck there in the corner. Hunt to Militello. Backhand pass to Hahn. Hahn shot and a goal. Hahn let the shot go from the point. Couldn't quite tell if Joe Lotempio got a deflection on it, but it beat the goaltender clean, and it's 2-0 Buff State with 13:47 remaining in the first period. We'll have to wait and see what the call is here on the goal, whether or not it's Lotempio or Hahn. Either way, it's a 2-0 Buff State Bengals lead. Second Buffalo State goal, his third of the season, scored by number 26, Ryan Hahn. Assist to number 8, Alex Militello, and number 28, Joe Lotempio. Ryan Hahn from Militello and Lotempio. Time of the Bengal goal, 6:13. 2-0 Bengals lead as the puck comes into the Medaille zone. Taken by Shantler and thrown off the glass. Out into the neutral zone now, where it's O'Connor firing it back into the Maverick zone. Behind the net there, it's Smith. Smith with a pass up the right wing. Slid back in front, and it's Sibnewski picking off the pass. Sibnewski lets a shot go, and goes into the chest of the goaltender, and we'll have a whistle here with 12:57 remaining in the first period. This YouTube broadcast of Buff State Club Hockey is brought to you by Envious Gameware by Bar Down Creative, the official uniform supplier of Buffalo State Club Hockey. Find them online at bardowncreative.com. Face off to the left of the goaltender, Alex Paul, will be Spitzer and Amoya. Amoya wins the draw for the Mavericks, but a loose puck there in the corner as Brooks battles for it. Thornton can't keep it in, and the puck comes away to the far boards. Puck comes back loose into the neutral zone where it's Spitzer banking it off the boards. Go all the way down to the end of the ice, and we'll have icing on play. 12:38 remaining here in the first period. 2-0 is the lead for the Buff State Bengals. Face-off coming up to the left of Dave Hahn. Come back to the point from Medaille. Dumped into the corner, it's Farnett. Farnett looking to set up the break out. That pass is intercepted, though, by Bobby Marino. Pass out in front. Moya has an opportunity there. His shot goes just wide on the play. Moya tries to slide in towards the front now, and it's Brooks throwing it off the glass in the length of the ice. That will not go far enough for icing as it's waved off on the play. Chasing it down behind his own net is Nick Sitch. Sitch watched there by Thornton. Sends it out behind the net. Stopping and starting there is Tyler Tant. His pass up the right wing can't be handled by Marino, and a quick shot on goal from Mitch Thornton. Drew Marino now. Drew Marino with the pass into the neutral zone to his brother Bobby Marino. And Bobby Marino dumps it into the Buff State end, where it's Ryan Hahn getting a pass from his brother Dave Hahn. Hahn's pass now up towards the right wing where Spitzer can't get a hold of it. And it's sent in behind the Buff State net. Dave Hahn just a little bit too far for his reach. Passed out from the into the point now where it's Filipiak's shot. Filipiak's shot is handled by Hahn. And a long pass there towards Thornton. Can't get it on his stick. And he'll chase down Filipiak in the far corner. Thornton comes away with the puck, slides in front of the net. He takes a hit there on the play and gets some help from Mike Lotempio. Mike Lotempio slides across to Bodami. Bodami in the corner, back to the point to Reinhardt. Reinhardt carries it down into the far corner. Makes a pass to Bodami. Bodami back to Lotempio. Bodami and Lotempio playing catch with it. Bodami in front of the net now with an opportunity on the backhand. He lets a shot go. Saved there on the play by Paul, and he covers up just long enough to get a whistle on the play with 11:01 remaining in the first period. Two nothing is the Buff State lead. Just about 9 minutes into the action here. Thank you so much for joining us this evening with live YouTube coverage of Buffalo State Club hockey. Bodami winning the draw there against Gudstick. The puck comes long down the ice and back into the Buff State zone. Panapinto takes a shot from the corner that goes high up into the air. And Mike Lotempio dropped the pass back to Murphy. Murphy sends it up the left wing. Glasgow chips it into the neutral zone where it's Mike Lotempio coming in 2-on-1 with Bodami. Mike Lotempio cuts towards the center, lets a shot go on goal with the save. He gets back in front though, gets another opportunity there. His shot is stopped there on the play, and we're going to have a whistle as it looks like the net came off. We're going to have a stoppage in play with 10:30 remaining here in the first period. Still a 2-0 Buff State lead. Goals so far by Mitch Thornton, his fourth of the season, and then the third of the year from defenseman Ryan Hahn. Game number 3 of the season between Medaille and Buff State. The Bengals won the first two matchups by a 7-4 and 12-2 count. Goaltender Paul adjusting some equipment here. That's why we had a little bit of a delay. And Bodami's ready to take draw now against Gudstick. Whose puck comes out to Mike Lotempio. He sends a shot on goal. That one's handled by the goaltender. Puck comes back out front towards Lotempio, but he can't get a shot on, and it's Glasgow coming into the corner. Glasgow circling towards the point now. Dumps it in on the backhand towards Lotempio. Mike Lotempio circles out of the corner and brings it in towards the slot. Back in the other direction, however, it's Filipiak. Filipiak through the neutral zone and across the Buff State blue line. Dumps it into the corner where it's Jared Connor chipping up. Mike Lotempio gathers it there, but he can't get it away from Zimmerman. And he'll get some help there on the play from O'Connor. Puck slides back out in front, though, and it's Botch coming in the opposite direction. Botch on the break now, brings it over the blue line. Botch lets a shot go. That one's handled by goaltender Paul, but Botch is there on rebound. Slides a pass across the slot, but nobody there to find it. Panapinto across the blue line lets a shot go. That one goes high off the chest and mask of the goaltender Dave Hahn, but he's able to find a handle on it after it falls to the ice. He'll hang on for a whistle with 9:32 to play in the first period. This live YouTube coverage of Buffalo State Club hockey is brought to you by Bob and Don's La Hacienda, a Buffalo pizza tradition since 1972, with locations on Hurdle Avenue in North Buffalo and Kensington Avenue in Amherst. Ryan Hahn behind his own net sends a pass to the left wing to Elliott Hunt. Hunt gets up to Joe Lotempio. Lotempio now through center ice. Lotempio sends it in across the blue line to Militello. Militello in towards the net. Loses control of the puck, but it's Hunt picking it up behind the net, trying to slide it to Joe Lotempio. Comes back to Hunt in the corner. Hunt slides it to Lotempio, but it's knocked off of his stick, and it will be Tant coming the other way for Medaille. Tant dumps it in, handled there by Dave Hahn behind the net. Far net starts to break out up left wing. Pass is chipped by Hunt along to Lotempio, and Lotempio brings it over the Medaille blue line. Medaille makes a stop there and a shot goal. Joe Lotempio had a loose puck come back out to him in the slot. He just fired it back towards the net. Managed to beat the goaltender, and it's 3-0 Buff State. Sometimes it's not a question of how hard you get the shot on goal, it's just a question of getting it on goal. That's exactly what Joe Lotempio did there on that play. Had enough on it to get it past the goaltender, and it's 3-0 Buff State. Puck brought in across the blue line now by Elliott Hunt. Hunt gets it in behind the net. Puck comes back out to Hunt in front. He lets a shot go. That one's saved by the goaltender, Paul. Third Buffalo State goal, his sixth of the season, scored by number 28, Joe Tempio. Assist to number 63, Elliott Hunt, and number 8, Alex Militello. Tempio from Hunt and Militello into the Bengals goal, 11-17. Bengals maintain possession here in the Medaille zone. Puck comes in front of net to Militello, and he gets a good opportunity there. His shot is handled, though, as Hunt appears to be down on the play. Hunt took a hit there in the slot. A little bit slow getting back to his feet. Seems to be okay for the moment. He heads back towards the Buff State bench, as there will be a face-off coming in the Maverick zone with 7:53 remaining in the first period. It's a 3-0 Buff State lead here in the first. Face-off one back to Thornton. Thornton slides it across to Murphy. Murphy back across the blue line to Lotempio. Mike Lotempio sliding across the blue line now. Mike Lotempio gets the pass across to Thornton. Thornton with a shot on goal and stop. Medaille penalty number 23, Anthony Amoya. 2 minutes for elbowing. Amoya, 2 minutes for elbowing. Time to penalty, 12-12. Buff State here operating on the power play with a minute 10 in the man advantage. Militello has the puck on the far side, but he gets it knocked off of his stick by Panapinto, and Militello has to chase back after it now. Militello slides it up to Spitzer at the blue line. Spitzer can't get a stick on it, and it will go for icing on the play with 56 seconds remaining in the man advantage and 6 minutes and 49 seconds remaining in the first period. It's a 3-0 Buff State lead. Goals scored by Joe Lotempio, by Ryan Hahn, and by Mitch Thornton. Buff State here on the power play, as an elbowing call was made on the play to Anthony Amoya, and it's Mike Lotempio starting the breakout for Buff State. Mike Lotempio slides it past through the center of the ice, but that hits a skate, and he'll have to gather it in on his own. Gets it to Spitzer. Spitzer across to Hunt. Hunt crosses the blue line and cuts in towards the middle. Hunt in towards the goal. That one is slid aside by the goaltender, Paul, and Hunt has it here on the right wing. Hunt behind the net to Thornton. Thornton stops and looks to set up a play. Back to the point to Lotempio. Lotempio walking across the point. Lotempio lets the shot go. That goes high over the net and off the glass. Thornton chips it into the right wing corner where it's Hunt gathering it in. Hunt turns towards the net and fires a pass towards Joe Lotempio. Lotempio back out front to Hunt. Hunt shoots and scores. Nope, it's going to be waved off on the play. Referee there along the goal line waved it off immediately. Not sure exactly why he'd made the decision to wave it off, but it will not be a goal, as we'll have a face-off coming up inside the Maverick zone with 7 seconds remaining in the power play. Not sure exactly why the decision was made to wave off the goal. It did not look like the goaltender had covered it. But the Bengals continue here with work on the power play as Marino carries it away for the Medaille Mavericks. Drew Marino tries to slide it across to his brother, Bobby Marino, but it's Ryan Hahn getting in the way of that pass. Hahn sends a long pass out towards Hunt right now. It gets a little bit too far from him, but Hunt is the first one to it inside Maverick zone. Hunt tries to step around the defender, but a good play made there on the play by the defenseman there, Shantler, as it's Joe Lotempio turning and firing a puck towards the net. Come back away with it is Logan Tanna. Logan Tanna can't get it by Hahn at the point. Hahn lets a shot go. That one is handled there by the goaltender and slid off towards the boards where Joe Lotempio gathering it in. Tries to feed a pass to the left point to far net, but a little bit out of his reach. Militello into the neutral zone. Jolo Tempio hits it back to Militello. Militello over the Medaille blue line, cuts in towards the center. Can't quite get it to Jolo Tempio. And coming back out into the neutral zone is Logan Tanna. Logan Tanna chasing Ryan Hahn there. Hahn finds some ice to maneuver with and sends a pass into the neutral zone, but it's intercepted before it can get to Jolo Tempio. Militello carries it in now. And we're going to have a stoppage in play and a whistle. Looks like a hooking call is being made against Medaille, and the Bengals will go back on the power play. Rich, 2 minutes for hooking, and then penalty 15-17. Rich given 2 minutes for hooking on the play at 15-17. And the Bengals will set up the power play here to the right of the goaltender, Paul. Hahn with the puck at the point, slides it to Lo Tempio, back across to Glasgow. Glasgow at the right point, creating a little bit of space for himself. Slides a pass to Bodami. Bodami now at the right point as Glasgow calls for the puck. Bodami gets it to Glasgow, slides it back across, but offsides will be the call, and we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. .4:11 remaining here in the first period. Minute 28 in the man advantage. Spitzer on to take the draw against Panapinto. Spitzer, Militello, and Thornton up front. It's Murphy and Michael Tempio playing defense here on the power play. Puck comes away to the Mavericks, and it's Smith circling behind his own net and sending the puck the length of the ice, where it will be Murphy chasing it down for the Buff State Bengals. 1:17 remaining in man advantage as Murphy sets up behind the net and leaves it there for Michael Tempio. Tempio across his own blue line and in through the neutral zone. Michael Tempio now towards the Medaille goal, and he takes a shot, and that one saved there by Paul. Tempio took it the length of the ice, slid in towards the slot, and got a good opportunity off, and now he looks to set up on the power play. Michael Tempio out towards the point, sends a pass down low where it's knocked away, and coming away with that puck is Nick Sitch. Sitch tries to clear the zone, but it's unable to, and it's Michael Tempio with the puck on a string now. Tempio tries to carry it towards the slot, couldn't quite get it past Alex Militello, and the Mavericks player picks up control of the loose puck, sends it all the way down to Dave Hahn. Pitch Thornton now in through center ice, chips it into the Medaille zone, but that is fired the length of the ice, and the Bengals will have to set up the breakout again here with 25 seconds remaining in the man advantage. It's a 3-0 Buff State lead here in the first period. Glasgow through the neutral zone. Glasgow into Medaille College territory. Lets a backhand shot go, and Paul makes that save. Glasgow picks up the loose puck behind the net and chips it around to the far corner. And now it's O'Connor keeping in at the right point. O'Connor down to Militello. Militello behind the net to Glasgow. Back to Militello in front. And it's deflected just out of his reach before he can get a shot away. Fired back down in the Buff State end, where it's Dave Hahn picking it up, sending a pass out into the neutral zone. Where's Militello? Militello on to Glasgow. Glasgow with a backhand pass just too far for Narby. Narby gets it to Militello. Militello's shot handled there by the glove of Paul, who hangs on for a whistle with 2:24 remaining in the first period. Man advantage has expired for the Buff State Bengals. Thank you for joining us this evening for live YouTube coverage of Buffalo State Club hockey, being brought to you by AutoStars Collision and Mechanical. Quality service and car care from their location at 225 Amber Street, 877-2892. Loose puck inside the Maverick zone now. Dumped out into the neutral zone by Marino. Marino now charging in towards the front of the net. Marino with a pass to his brother, Bob Marino. Great save there on the play by Dave Hahn. Puck now into the neutral zone, it's Shantler. Shantler can't get past Matt Savage. Just outside the Medaille blue line now, it's Amoya. Amoya bringing it into the Buff State end. Amoya cut towards the center. Now behind that, tries to feed it in front to Drew Marino, but his pass is deflected, And 4 players battling the corner for it. Up the right wing to Matt Salvage. Matt Salvage gets it to Botch. Botch looks to set up the breakout, finding a little bit of open ice up the left wing. O'Connor's pass too far for White, but icing is waved off in the play, as gathering it in behind the net will be Shantler for Medaille. Shantler into the neutral zone, but Ryan Hahn cuts off his lane, and he'll go pick up a loose puck now in his own end. Loose puck across to Bobby Marino. He tries to feed it front, and he can't get it past Matt Salvage there. Shot coming from the point from Shantler, doesn't get through a crowd, it goes in behind the net. Last minute of play in this period. Under a minute in the period as Steve White dumps it in on goal, handled there by the glove hand of Alex Paul. And coming up the ice now is Sitch for Medaille. Sitch takes a hit on the play from Brooks and can't get it past the blue line. And Thornton has an opportunity for Buff State. Thornton in on net, lets a shot go. That one's handled there by Paul. Good opportunity. There with a little bit of a break for Thornton. Nick Brooks finds a loose puck in the neutral zone. Gets it over too far net with under 30 seconds in the first. Back to Brooks. Brooks tries to feed it on to Thornton, but his pass is intercepted. And Dave Hahn has to be quick there and make another stop there on Zimmerman. Thornton now gathering the puck in and sending it into the Maverick zone. Brooks lets a shot go there from the boards. That one's handled by Paul. And as there's 8 seconds left, one last opportunity for Buff State as Farnett can't get a shot through traffic. And Spitzer finds a loose puck as the period comes to an end, with the Buffalo State Bengals out in front to a 3-0 lead. This broadcast of Buffalo State Club Hockey is brought to you by Ivy Lee Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy with over 60 years of serving Kenmore and the surrounding area. Find them at 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. After one period of play, the score is Buffalo State 3 and Medaille College 0. Plenty more coming up in the second period from the Buffalo State Ice Arena. Please stay tuned. Welcome back inside the Buffalo State Ice Arena and live YouTube coverage of Buffalo State Club Hockey. My name's Aaron Elpern, alongside camera operator Joey Gonzalez tonight. Pleased to be bringing you live streaming of tonight's contest between the Buffalo State Bengals and the Medaille College Mavericks. This broadcast is being brought to you by Envious Gameware by Bar Down Creative, the official uniform supplier of the Buffalo State College Bengals. By Bob John's La Hacienda, a Buffalo pizza tradition since 1972. By Auto Stars Collision and Mechanical, quality service and car care from their location at 225 Amherst. And by Ivy Lee Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy with over 60 years of serving Kenmore and the surrounding area from 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. Set to go here for the start of period number 2. It is a 3-0 Buff State lead as we get the action underway here to start off period number 2. Underway, dumped in there by John Glasgow. Tempio chasing it down behind the net, and it's fired out through the neutral zone and back into Buff State territory. In the far corner there, it's Farnett. Farnett moves it to Hahn. Hahn tries to set up a breakout and gets it to Tempio. Tempio gets it to Farnett, and Bodami loses control of the puck as it slides in front of the Buff State goal, and a dangerous moment there as McCullough had opportunity. Glasgow now gathering puck in his own zone, trying to get ahead of steam through the neutral zone, back in towards the Medaille zone and in towards the Medaille goal. Loose puck goes through the neutral zone and back into the Buff State end. Ryan Hahn will run it down there. Hahn behind his own net. Hahn stops and heads in the other direction. Carries in front of his goal. Slides it up in the neutral zone where Steve White gets hold of it. Puck now down behind the Medaille goal with Shantler. Shantler slides a pass up the right wing, but sent back into the corner by Narby. Narby runs into his check there, and it comes back around the other side. And Murphy will try to keep it in there. But it comes out through the neutral zone and into the skates of Reinhardt. Brought back into the corner, hit there in the corner by Pietrzak. Pietrzak pulls the puck out of the corner now, and it's sitting there loose in front of the Buff State goal for a moment, but Reinhardt manages to get it loose and send it out towards the boards. In behind the net there, it's a Moya. Moya in the corner takes a hit from White. White comes away with the puck. Quick shot there taken by Marino. Handled there by Hahn, covered up for a stoppage with 18:03 remaining in the second period. It is a 3-0 Buff State lead. Face-off coming up to the right of Dave Hahn. And it's Joe Latempio on to take a draw for the Bengals. Puck coming back to the point, shot taken there by Smith. It's a body in front and a shot taken there quickly on the turnaround, and Hahn had to be really accurate to get on top of that one and make the save. This puck in the corner is Militello. Militello slides up the boards toward Hunt, just too far from him, but Hunt will be the first one back for it in behind the Medaille goal. Hunt still in behind the net. Send a pass out toward the point to O'Connor. His shot ripped. Gets deflected just high and out of play. Goes off the protective net behind the goal, and we'll have whistle with 17:36 to go in period number 2. And the face-off coming up to the right of goaltender, Alex Paul. Thank you for joining us tonight on YouTube. Live coverage on YouTube with Buff State Club Hockey. Militello with an opportunity in front. Hunt finds a loose puck and shoots it just over top of that. And Drew Marino sends it into the neutral zone. Botch back there for it. Botch chips on into the Medaille end. And it's finding a loose puck. Hunt to Militello. Militello in towards the goal, takes a shot, saved by Paul. Militello finds the loose puck in the corner. Militello looking for some room. Gets it to Botch. Botch down to Hunt. Hunt slides it in front, but goes off the stick of Latempio. Latempio fires it around the boards, and Botch will keep it in there at the left point. Botch fires it behind the net. Latempio the pass to Hunt. Hunt tries to pull it in front of net, but can't get it past the defender to create an opportunity there. David Botch lets a shot go. That goes just wide. Kept in there at the point by O'Connor. Chip back in the other direction there by Schittler. Shantler sends it down the length of the ice, where it's Anthony Amoya, the first one after him. Amoya takes a hit from Medaille there, and Buff State comes away with the loose puck as Botch sends a pass into the neutral zone, where Joe Tempio brings it into the Medaille College area. Taken there in the play by Hunt. Hunt manages to find the loose puck and get it onto Tempio, who also takes a big hit on the play, and there's going to be a penalty coming up with boarding call. Buff State will go on the power play here with 16:18 remaining in period number 2. Buff State on the power play here as the puck is sent down into the Bengal zone. High up in the air and caught there by Dave Hahn. Gets it on to Mitch Thornton. Thornton Spitzer slide a pass across the ice, but he can't get it to Militello. And Sitch will clear it for the Medaille Mavericks. Thornton, the first one back for it. Thornton trying to bring it up the right wing. Makes a pass along to Murphy. Murphy at the left board sends a pass across the ice where it's Frank Bodami. Bodami with some room to operate there, carries it into the Maverick zone. Bodami in the far corner, circling in behind the net. Bodami is setting up a power play, gets it back to Murphy. Murphy walks in and lets the shot go. That comes across to Glasgow. Puck was just rolling on him. He would have had a really good opportunity there from the right side of the cage. The puck just rolled on him and couldn't get a full opportunity to get shot away. Murphy breaking it out of his own zone, sends a pass along to Spitzer. Spitzer loses control briefly, but it's Bodami coming into the zone now. Bodami drops it past Glasgow. Glasgow gets it back to Bodami. Bodami in behind the net. Frank Bodami looking for a pass from behind the net, slides it into the slot where it's Hahn. Hahn let a shot go, it gets Glasgow. Murphy's shot gets blocked, it's Glasgow in behind the net. John Glasgow looking for a pass. Loses control of the puck as it's Tant taking it away. Tant gets it up to McCullough, and McCullough gets it back to Tant, and it's 3-on-2 for Medaille. Nice play there by Murphy at the blue line to negate that opportunity. And Murphy pulls the puck out of the corner now and heads back up ice. Murphy with plenty of ice to work with here, as it's 3-on-2 back towards the Medaille zone. A little bit too slow getting the puck across the blue line there, and offsides will be called on the play with 2 seconds remaining in the power play. 14-19 remaining here in period number 2. Buff State leading by a 3-0 score. First period goal scored by number 5, Mitch Thornton, number 26, Ryan Hahn, and number 28, Joe Tempio. Just a couple seconds left in the Bengals power play here as the faceoff is taken from just outside the Medaille blue line. Dumped in by Ryan Hahn, kept in there by Anthony Farnett. Farnett's shot blocked, knocked out of the air by the defenseman. And in the opposite direction, it will be Medaille with McCullough. McCullough moves it out to Pietrzak. His shot goes just wide. Ryan Hahn looking to send it out of his own zone. Gets sent back into the far corner where Anthony Farnett will have to run it down. Puck comes back out in front, and Ryan Hahn now carries it out. Ryan Hahn gets past his defender and crosses the Medaille blue line. Ryan Hahn backhand pass in front towards Sibniewski. Popped up in the air, Sibniewski couldn't get a good shot away. Hano steps into a shot there from the point, got a lot on that one. Paul had to be sharp to make that save. Loose puck here in the neutral zone. Narby fights with his check. Cutting in towards the center is Pietrzak. He can't get a shot on goal. And Farnett sends it off the glass, where Narby will chase it down. McCullough throws it into Buff State zone. Ryan Hahn now behind his own net. Ryan Hahn sends the right wing pass far up the boards, where it's Joe Tempio running it down. Tempio watching Smith here. Smith gets it just past Tempio, and he looks to set up the breakout for the Mavericks. Smith with a backhand pass just too far for the intended target, and Farnett will set up the other way. Farnett chases it down in the left-hand corner, sends a pass along to Botch. Bott tries to get it back to far net, but out of his reach. First one, too, however, is Elliott Hunt. Hunt's pass doesn't quite get to Tempio, and it's Amoya for Medaille. Amoya lets a shot go. That one goes off the shoulder of Dave Hunt and into the corner. Drew Marino in the far corner tries to set a pass in front. Can't quite get the full measure on that one. And it's Joe Tempio sliding up to Elliott Hunt. Hunt loses control of that puck. It's coming back in the play with Bobby Marino. Alex Militello finishes his check in the corner, and the puck comes into the neutral zone for Jared O'Connor. Amoya across the center zone. Amoya bringing it into Buffalo territory, lets shot go. That goes just wide. Bounces off the backboards, and Butch tries to come away for the Bengals. Shot taken there from the right wing, though, by Amoya. Handled by Hahn, and back in the other direction, where Elliott Hunt will chase it down, get the icing waved off. Hunt tries to feed a pass in front, just loses control of the puck. And in the opposite direction, it's Nick Sitch. Sitch for the Mavericks. Sitch in towards the front of the net. Lets a shot go and gets taken down in the play. Saved there by Dave Hahn. O'Connor tries to feed a pass at the right wing. Can't get it to Militello, and O'Connor has to play it again. O'Connor on the boards. Slides it just across the blue line, and it's Alex Militello coming the other way. Militello with Glasgow. Militello and Glasgow play catch. Glasgow can't feed it back across to Militello, and Medaille manages to get it out into the neutral zone. Bodami now with some room. Bodami carrying it across the blue line. Bodami in towards the front, slides pass in front. Good opportunity there from Michael Tempio, but he couldn't get the shot away. Bodami across to Murphy. Murphy walks in, let the shot go. That one hits a body and goes wide. Sitch tries to feed it up the right-hand boards, but it's Murphy keeping it in. Murphy lets a shot go. That one goes off the blocker of the goaltender, Paul. Glasgow in the backhand, sends a pass to Bodami. Bodami and Filipiak battling in there for the puck. Comes up to Glasgow, fires it into the far corner. Michael Tempio, the first one to that one, loses control of the puck to Sitch, but keeps battling for it against it. Walking in now across the blue line, it's Pietrzak. Comes back out into the neutral zone now, as Michael Tempio sends it back into Mavericks territory. Zimmerman up the left wing, sends a long pass through the neutral zone. It's just too far for Panapinto, and it will go for icing on the play with 10:14 remaining in the second period. Score is 3-0 Buff State on the strength of 3 first-period goals by Mitch Thornton, Ryan Hahn, and Joe Tempio. This broadcast of Buffalo State Club Hockey is brought to you by Bob and John's La Hacienda, a Buffalo pizza tradition since 1972. Locations on Hurdle Avenue in North Buffalo and Kensington Avenue in Amherst. Panapinto now sends a long pass. That one's just too far for Zimmerman. And that will go for icing on the play, and the faceoff will come back into the Medaille College zone. Those same two players failing to connect on the long stretch pass. Just before, it was Zimmerman failing to get it to Panapinto. And just there, it was Panapinto failing to get it to Zimmerman. Both plays result in icing. And we'll have another faceoff in the Maverick zone to the right of the goaltender, Paul. Spitzer up taking the draw, wins it over to Thornton. Thornton ties up his man there, and Farnett gets it down into the corner. Chipped into the neutral zone by Zimmerman, and Spitzer's the first one to it. Chips it up into the air, 2 players glove it down. Hahn now cutting away with it. Hahn to Thornton. Thornton gets it into the Maverick zone. Tant behind the net. Tant has up ice, makes a pass along to Amoya. Amoya across the blue line, cuts it in towards the center, loses control of the puck there before he gets the shot away. Panapinto has it taken off of his stick by Thornton, but it comes back across to him. Panapinto lets a big shot go that goes just wide off the boards. Amoya looks to send a pass. Can't get it across to Smith. Smith has to chase it down in the neutral zone, where Thornton and Moya battle there for it. And it's Ryan Hahn coming away with it. Can't connect on a long pass into the neutral zone. And we'll have an icing on the play with 9:01 to go in period number 2. Face off to the right of goaltender Dave Hahn. Comes comes across in front of the net where it's Mitch Thornton coming away with it. Thornton gets it to Brooks. Brooks across the Medaille blue line. Brooks tries to feed a passing cross, but it comes back out to Spitzer. Spitzer sends it across to Thornton, who can't get a backhand away. Reversed the other way by the Medaille defender. And it's Drew Marino in the neutral zone. Farnett takes the puck away and tries to get it into the Maverick zone, but it's cut off there by the defenseman, Chandler. White chips it up to Spitzer. Spitzer carries it in, lets a shot go. That goes into the catching glove of the goaltender, Alex Paul, who decides to hang on for a faceoff with 8:20 remaining in the second period. Faceoff will be coming up to Alex Paul's right inside the Maverick zone. Narby, Sipniewski, and White on for Buff State, with O'Connor and Botch at the point. Botch has it there at the left point, feeds it down to Narby. Narby gets it deep in the zone, where Sipniewski will slide it back to Narby. Narby and Sipniewski setting up the cycle. Sipniewski's pass just too far for Narby as it comes back up to White. White lets a shot go, that goes just wide. As Filipiak tries to relieve some of the pressure, White and Narby setting up the cycle down low, but coming away with it for the moment will be Logan Tanna. Logan Tanna can't get it across the Buff State blue line. As stopping him there for the Bengals was O'Connor. O'Connor tries to feed it to the neutral zone to White. McCullough for the Mavericks. He can't make anything happen there, and it's Sipniewski in the other direction. Sipniewski looking for some room. Sipniewski loses control of the puck there in the corner to Chandler. And the puck is sent up the right wing to Ritz. Ritz passes it dangerously across the slot, but it manages to get to his man Logan Hanna, and then dumped in by McCullough for the Mavericks. Puck comes up the left wing. Botch chasing it forward there, lays a hit on his man, knocking him down in the play. Back to the point to Filipiak. Filipiak can't keep it in, it's Hunt. Elliot Hunt now coming away with Latempio. Hunt lets a shot go and gets through the goaltender and in. Elliot Hunt got a lot on that wrist shot. The goaltender got a piece of it, but not enough. And that makes it 4-0 Buff State. Puck came out into the neutral zone. The defenseman couldn't quite keep it in there at the point, and Hunt carried it out. Managed to get a good shot off as he had a 2-on-1 opportunity with Latempio. Got the shot off and got just through the goaltender. He had enough on it. The goaltender couldn't quite manage to hold on for the save. And Elliot Hunt's 15th of the season makes it 4-0 Buff State. Fourth Buffalo State goal, his 15th of the season, scored by number 63, Elliot Hunt. Unassisted. Hunt unassisted. Time of the Bengals goal, 13:02. And Hunt's 15th of the season is quickly followed by Alex Melitello getting his 10th. Melitello finds a loose puck in front of the net, and he buries it high in on the glove side of the goaltender, and it's now 5-0 Bengals. In kind of a slow period up until that point, but two quick goals in less than a minute has made the advantage 5-0 for Buff State. Buffalo State goal, his 10th of the season, scored by number 8, Alex Melitello. Assisting number 28, Joe Latempio, and number 63, Elliot Hunt. Melitello from Joe Latempio and Hunt. Time of the Bengals goal, 13:50. A 5-0 Buff State lead with 5:36 remaining to play in the second period. Puck inside Buff State zone as it's sent around behind the net on the play. Coming back out towards the point where it's kept in on the play by the defenseman Tan. Dumps it in behind the net, and Murphy sends a pass to Mike Latempio. Mike Lotempio finding room to operate through the neutral zone. Lotempio across the blue line gets it to Glasgow. Back to Lotempio. A nice give and go play there. Almost converted into another opportunity. Back inside the Buff State zone now with Ryan Hahn. Hahn has some room up the right side, and he sends a pass up to Brooks. Brooks now across the blue line. Brooks defended there on the play quickly by Parcando. And coming away with now will be Glasgow. Glasgow in front of the net. He shoots and scores. Glasgow was given a seam to walk out from the corner. He had plenty of room to operate. Got himself free in front. Got it around the goaltender, and it's 6-0 Buff State. Glasgow's 7th of the year makes it a 6-0 Buffalo State Bengal lead. Sixth Buffalo State goal, his 7th of the season, scored by number 18, John Glasgow. Assistant number 26, Ryan Hahn. Glasgow from Hahn. Time of Bengals goal, 15:08. Stopping and play with 4:23 remaining in the period. We have a face-off here in the neutral zone, just outside of the Mavericks' blue line. Spitzer wins the draw back to Farnett. Farnett throws it high off the glass and deep into the Maverick zone. Smith sends a pass to Filipiak. Filipiak's pass intercepted by Hahn, and Hahn carries it towards the front of the net. He takes a hit there on the play. His shot goes just over top of the cage. Brooks finds a loose puck. Brooks takes a hit but keeps control of the puck as Farnett sends it towards the front. Farnett's backhand, though, heads towards the corner, where Filipiak's the first one to it. Ryan Hahn pinching in. Hahn behind the net now. Hahn looking for an opportunity there as he circles and sends it across the front of the net, but Spitzer couldn't quite get to the far post. Spitzer keeps it in, though, and Filipiak takes a hit there from Brooks. Brooks getting a loose puck on the play, finds pass in front to Thornton. Thornton, a nice save there on the play by Paul. Brooks got the pass out in front to Thornton. Thornton had another opportunity to get second of the game, but Paul making possibly his best save of the game right there. Brooks in the far corner being watched by Filipiak. Get it up to McCullough. McCullough slides along, but they can't get it out of the zone, and the Bengals keep the pressure on here. Thornton slides it to Brooks. Goes off into the far corner. Picking up there will be Ritz. Ritz can't get it past the defenseman, and Spitzer now has it in the corner. Spitzer maintaining possession for Buff State. Slides it across to Farnett, who lets a shot go. Save on the play by Paul. Thornton has the loose puck in the near corner. Thornton circles, finding more ice to work with. Slides across to Narby. Narby lets a shot go that goes off the defenseman and just wide. Paul sends out through the neutral zone, gets it past the defenseman. Mavericks are able to relieve a little bit of the pressure, but unfortunately for them, it's going to be icing on the play. And those same 5 Mavericks will have to stay on the ice as they were hemmed in their zone for well over a minute there on the play. 2:41 remaining here in the second period. Thank you for joining us for live coverage of Buffalo State Club Hockey. Brought to you by AutoStars Collision and Mechanical. Quality service and car care from their location at 225 Amherst Street. You can call them at 877-2892. Loose puck inside the Maverick zone. Taken away there by Steve White. White carries it back across the blue line. Sends a pass in front that's intercepted by McCullough. Collision there in the neutral zone as it comes back into Buffalo State territory and sent the length of the ice by O'Connor. And icing will be the call on that play with 2:12 remaining in the period. Face-off coming back into Buff State territory to the right of goaltender Dick Hahn. Three goals in the first period for the Bengals and 3 goals here in the second period. It's a 6-0 Buff State lead. Narby taking the draw here. However, winning it from him is Gudzik back to the point. As it's chipped back into neutral zone by O'Connor. O'Connor has the loose puck there. Carries it across Maverick's blue line. O'Connor's shot goes off the glass and now slides into the neutral zone for McCullough. McCullough to Zimmerman. Zimmerman in the corner, but it's Botch making the play there, getting it up to White. White loses control of the puck in a shot. There from the slot by Panapinto. Panapinto's quick shot beats Hahn, and the Mavericks are on the board. Panapinto had a pass come right back out in the slot for him. He fired it quickly towards the net, and it beat Dave Hahn low on the stick side, making it a 6-1 game. First Medaille College goal, scored by number 12, Tom Panapinto. Assist to number 77, Al Zimmerman. Panapinto from Zimmerman, time the Mavericks goal, 18-15. Loose puck inside the corner of Maverick zone, gets chipped out of there and off the referee as it comes into the front of the net, where Alex Militello had a chance briefly. Coming away with it, though, will be Zimmerman. Zimmerman to Panapinto. Panapinto's shot, that one handled by Hans. It comes loose in front. Another quick opportunity there as it goes just wide in behind the net. A little bit of pressure here from the Medaille Mavericks as there's under a minute to go here in the second period. Reinhardt tries to send a pass up along the left wing, but it goes out of play into the protective netting. And we'll have face-off coming up inside the Buff State zone with 35 seconds remaining here in the period. Live coverage of Buffalo State Club hockey is brought to you by Ivy Lee Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy with over 60 years of serving Kenmore and the surrounding areas. Find Ivy Lee Pharmacy at 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. 35 seconds remaining in the period. It's a 6-1 Buff State lead. Joe Latempio comes out with the puck, gets it to Noah Reinhardt. Reinhardt tries to chip pass into the neutral zone, but it's kept in briefly. Elliot Hunt comes away with it, however. Hunt carrying it in. Hunt in towards the slot, gets knocked down on the play, no call, and it's Joe Latempio trying to find the loose puck. Reinhardt sends it in from the point. Hunt takes a big hit on the far side. It's taken a couple of hits on this shift, as there is now some attention being paid to the guy that hit him. Alex Militello did not like the attention that Elliot Hunt was getting, and he went back after the player that had hit him, that was Bobby Marino. And it appears that Alex Militello will be called for a penalty. Elliot Hunt took a big hit there on the far side from Bobby Marino, and Marino kept at him. Alex Militello didn't appreciate that. Stepped in to defend his teammate. In the process, though, it looks like he got a 2-minute penalty, and the Bengals will be short a man for 2 minutes or less, as there is just 5 seconds remaining here in period number 2. Face-off will be to the right of Dave Hahn with 5 seconds remaining here in the period. Just a little over a second left in the period as Glasgow on to take the draw for Buff State. Glasgow and Amoya here as the face-off is to the right of the goaltender Dave Hahn. Tied up there on the draw, and the period comes to a close. After 2 periods of play, our score is Buffalo State 6 and Medaille College 1. This broadcast is being brought to you by Envious Gameware by Bar Down Creative, the official uniform supplier of Buffalo State Club Hockey. By Bob and John's The Hacienda, a Buffalo pizza tradition since 1972. By AutoStars Collision and Mechanical. And by Ivy Lee Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy with over 60 years of serving Kenmore and the surrounding areas. Our score after 2 periods of play is 6-1. It's a Buffalo State Bengals 6-1 lead. Stay tuned, more action coming up in the third from the Buffalo State Ice Arena. Welcome back to the Buffalo State Ice Arena. And thank you for joining us for live coverage of Buffalo State Club hockey. Buff State Bengals taking on the Medaille College Mavericks. As we are underway here in the third period, Buff State out to a 6-1 lead here as we are just underway here in the third. Anthony Amoya bringing it in for the Mavericks. Mavericks enjoying a power play here as there is a minute 30 remaining in their man advantage. Shot taken there by the point by Pinto, and it goes in. Pinto's shot deflected there, and it gets past the goaltender Dave Hahn. And the Mavericks are on the board with their second goal of the game. It is a 6-2 score. Number 12, Tom Pinto, with his second goal of the game. He has the last two goals in this game, drawing the Mavericks a little bit closer.
Medaille.
Pinto's second of the game makes it 6-2. Face-off coming up inside the Buff State zone with 19:24 remaining here in the third period. Second Medaille College goal scored by number 12, Tom Pinto. Assisted by number 15, Drew Marino, and number 23, Anthony Amoya. Pinto from Drew Marino and Amoya. Time of the Mavericks goal, 29 seconds. Puck covered there by the goaltender Alex Paul, and we'll have a face-off in the Medaille College zone with a minute gone here in period number 3. Taking the puck away for the Mavericks, it's Sitch. Sitch gets it across the blue line. Zimmerman let the backhand shot go off the side of the net. Zimmerman finds the loose puck, though, and battles in there with O'Connor. Michael Otempio tries to get it past Zimmerman. And Zimmerman feeds a puck back to the point where Sitch lets the shot go. Sitch's shot goes just wide. Kept in on the far side by Tant. Tant tries to get it in towards the slot, but Botch knocks it out into center ice. And Sitch will have to go back for it. Pass intercepted there by Brooks. Botch to Thornton. Thornton dumps it in, and Brooks there on the forecheck can't keep the puck inside the zone, but Spitzer fires it back in, and the defenseman there will have to chase it down, Tom Sitch. Sitch at the right wing boards, Pinto slides a pass into the neutral zone, but Gudzik can't come away with it, and it's back into the Buff State end, where Noah Reinhardt starts to break out. Big collision there in front of us as Reinhardt ran into his check Gudzik. And the puck now back inside the Buff State end, where Murphy knocks his man off the play. Gudzik slides a pass across, and it comes back to the point. Point man there, Tant can't keep it in. It comes all the way back down to the Mavericks goaltender. His pass goes off, his man coming just off the bench, as there are a lot of Mavericks on the ice right now. And the official saw the exact same thing that I did. He's going to be calling too many men on the ice on the play. So 2 minutes and 22 seconds into the third period. The Buffalo State Bengals will be going on a power play as the Mavericks take a bench minor penalty for too many men on the ice. Medaille College penalty, bench minor for too many men on the ice. Bench minor, 2 men on the ice being served by number 22, Matt Pietrzak. Time of the Mavericks penalty, 2:22. Bodami on power play, trying to get the puck inside the Mavericks zone. He stood up the blue line, and Zimmerman sends the puck the length of the ice. Where Dave Hahn will set it up for Ryan Hahn. Ryan Hahn behind the net. Looking to make a long pass there, doesn't see anything, and he just carries it through his own zone and out into center. Ryan Hahn now dumps it in, can't get it past defender Amoya, and Amoya comes back the other way. Amoya in on net, and Amoya has a lane, lets a shot go. Nice save there by Dave Hahn. Just got the right shoulder on it. Amoya had a lane there, gap to streak in up the left side. Got a good opportunity for the Mavericks on their penalty kill. As it's Joe Lotempio. Joe Lotempio carrying the puck. Going to be another penalty coming up here on the play to the Mavericks as Lotempio sends a backhand pass in front. Doesn't get to Bodami, but it will be a 5-on-3 man advantage as a slashing call is made on the play. So it will be 51 seconds of 5-on-3 as Zimmerman takes the slashing penalty. Lotempio, Bodami, Glasgow, Hunt, and Ryan Hahn here on the 5-on-3. Medaille College penalty to number 77, Al Zimmerman. 2 minutes for slashing. Zimmerman, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the Mavericks penalty, 3:42. And just 18 seconds into the two-man advantage, Frank Bodami buries the opportunity, and it's now 7-2, State leading. Bengals striking for a power play goal to make it a 5-goal margin again. Frank Bodami picking up his fourth goal of the season. Seventh Buffalo State goal, his fourth of the season, scored by number 13, Frank Bodami. Assistant number 63, Elliot Hunt, and number 28, Joe Lotempio. Bodami, Hunt, and Joe Lotempio. Final Bengals goal, 3-9. Bengals still on the man advantage here for just about a minute now, as the Mavericks manage to send it the length of the ice. And Mike Lotempio chasing it down there, setting up the power play breakout. Mike Lotempio carrying it out of his own, but there's a collision there just at the blue line, and Mitch Thornton is going to be called for an interference penalty. So we're going to go back 4-on-4 action with 15:18 remaining in the third. It's a 7-2 Buff State lead. Off will be coming up inside Buff State end to the left of goaltender Dave Hahn. Bengals have too many players on the ice right now, however, as it looks like the 4 players for the 4-on-4 will be O'Connor, Hunt, Bodami, and Botch. Buffalo State penalty to number 5, Mitch Thornton. 2 minutes for interference. Thornton, 2 minutes for interference. Time of Bengals penalty, 4:42. Tant bringing the puck in here as the 4-on-4 action continues. Tant with an opportunity there on the backhand. Now coming in the other direction, it's Elliot Hunt. So looks like a 2-on-1 setting up. Hunt to O'Connor, but O'Connor can't get the backhand off. Good opportunity there, 2-on-1 in the 4-on-4 action here as O'Connor takes a big hit behind the net. Botch keeping it there at the point. Puck comes back out into the neutral zone, and Botch sends it in up the other side, where Hunt's the first one to it. Elliot Hunt carrying it into the right-hand corner, now in behind the net. Hunt circling and gets it to Botch as Medaille gets back to full strength. Medaille now in the power play for 1:03 here in the third period. Long pass there just too far, as Filipiak couldn't get it to his man up the right wing. And icing will be called on the play with 56 seconds remaining in the penalty to Thornton. It's a 7-2 Buff State lead here in the third period action from the Buffalo State Ice Arena. This live broadcast of Buffalo State Club Hockey is brought to you by Envious Gameware by Bar Down Creative, the official uniform supplier of Buffalo State Club Hockey. Find them online at bardowncreative.com. Loose puck in the Maverick zone is taken away by Tant. Tant carries the puck across his blue line and through the neutral zone. Tant into the Buffalo State end, has the puck taken off his stick by Ryan Hahn, and Hahn slides it up the right wing to Mike Lotempio. Lotempio gets it into the Maverick zone. Sitch Sitch makes a long pass. That one goes too far for his man, and Farnett sends it back in the other direction. But Tant comes away with it for the Mavericks. Tant lets a shot go. It goes off the glove hand of Dave Hahn and into the corner. Sitch at the point. Keeps it in, slides it to Tant. Tant down low to Zimmerman. Zimmerman looking to set a pass up in front. Got it out to Tant, but his backhand shot goes just wide. Kept in now at the right point. Zimmerman down to Marino. Drew Marino carries it in front of the net, tries to get backhand shot in front. He gets 2 shots off, and the third one there following up on the play was number 23, Anthony Amoya, and that's the third Mavericks goal as it's now a 7-3 game. A couple of opportunities there in front of the net by Marino. Following up on the play, though, it was Anthony Amoya getting the last loose puck, managing to get it behind Hahn, make it a 7-3 lead for Buff State. Apparently the goal is going to Drew Marino. Looked like it was Amoya that was the last one that put it in. Amoya getting an assist on the play, however. Puck is held onto there on the play by Dave Hahn. And we'll have a face-off inside the Buff State zone with 12:49 remaining in the third period. It's a 7-3 Buff State lead. Third Medaille College goal scored by number 15, Drew Marino. Assisted by number 23, Anthony Amoya. Drew Marino from Amoya. Time of the Mavericks goal, 6:48. And as the announcement of the third Mavericks goal is made, the Mavericks hit their 4th goal of the game. So it's a 7-4 game now with 12:45 remaining in the third period. Bengals being outscored so far in the third period. As the puck comes into Maverick territory, chasing down there behind the plate, it's Nick Shantler. Nick Shantler starting to break out up the right side for Medaille, and there's a big collision in front of in the high slot. And it looks like we'll have a penalty coming up on the play to Medaille. The 4th Medaille goal going number 28, Nigo Logantana. Quickly followed up by a penalty, which goes to Nick Shantler. Tripping is the call. So with 12:28 remaining in the third period, the Buffalo State Bengals will be going on the power play. Goal scored by number 28, Nino Logantana. Assisted by number 22, Matt Petruzak. Logantana for Petruzak. Time of Mavericks goal, 7:15. Medaille College penalty to number 44, Nick Shantler. 2 minutes for tripping. Shantler, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of Mavericks penalty, 7:29. 30 seconds into the power play for Buff State. Opportunity there in front of the net as Paul covered up on the play. Get a face-off coming up to Paul's left, deep inside Medaille College zone. Thank you for joining us on YouTube this evening. Live broadcast of Buffalo State Club Hockey being brought to you by Bob and John's La Hacienda, a Buffalo pizza tradition since 1972. Locations on Hurdle Avenue in North Buffalo and Kensington Avenue in Amherst. Joe Lotempio wins the draw to Bodami. Bodami gets it back to Hahn, lets a shot go. That hit a couple bodies in front before going just wide. Ryan Hahn now at the left point. Hahn sends a shot just wide. Bodami chases it down there on the right side. Bodami back to Glasgow. Glasgow slides it across to Bodami. Bodami circling now atop. Bodami now in towards the goal. Sends a pass in front to Hunt. His shot, save on the play there by Paul. Glasgow now keeps it at the right point, let the shot go. Lotempio almost getting a stick on it there. Hunt has the puck. Hunt to Bodami. Back to Glasgow. Glasgow walks in, slides it across to Hahn, who lets the shot go, and he buries it in the wide open net. Great power play there, worked by the Bengals. And the last man to touch it was Ryan Hahn. Had an awful lot of net to shoot at. Made no mistake, making it 8-4, Buffalo State. Ryan Hahn picking up his second goal of the game, making it an 8-4 Bengal lead. Buffalo State goal, his second game and fourth of the season, scored by number 26, Ryan Hahn. Assist to number 18, John Glasgow, and number 28, Joe Lotempio. Ryan Hahn from Glasgow and Joe Lotempio tie the Bengals goal, 8-3. Just a little over 10.5 minutes to go in regulation here. Buffalo State leading by an 8-4 count as Zimmerman takes a shot that goes just wide. Noah Reinhardt gathers in the loose puck behind net, sends a breakout pass up to Jordan Sipniewski. George Narby now bringing it in. Narby a net salvage with a 2-on-1. That shot's blocked on the play by Filipiak. Pass coming across there by Sipniewski. Almost got to Matt Salvage for another opportunity. And a long breakaway pass gets just too far for Zimmerman. And Dave Hahn plays the puck up the left wing, where it goes past three Bengals that were in the process of making a change. And it's brought back into the zone by Sitch. He's knocked off the puck by O'Connor, but Sitch gathers the loose puck and fires it out from the corner in towards the front. Goes up over the net and into the far corner, where Bodami runs into two different Maverick players. O'Connor off the glass, tries to get to Mike Lotempio. Mike Lotempio takes a hit at the blue line as the puck comes into the neutral zone. Zimmerman on the far side dumps it in on net. Deflects that off into the corner, where it's Noah Reinhardt. Reinhardt to Mike Lotempio. Mike Lotempio setting things up in his own end. Gets it to O'Connor. O'Connor with pass across too far for Reinhardt, and Reinhardt takes down his man on the play. Has an opportunity there in front for Logtana. We have a whistle here on the play as the player is still down on the far side. And that's number 22, Matt Pietrzak. Like a stick came up from Reinhardt. Might have caught him in the head or neck area. And Pietrzak has thrown off his helmet. Clearly in quite a bit of discomfort as he took a stick, it looked like probably in the neck. Slowly getting to his skates now. As there was a penalty called on the play. Have to see exactly what the call is as Noah Reinhardt is heading towards the penalty box. It's a high sticking call at the 11:58 mark. And it looks like it's going to be a 5-minute penalty. So the Bengals are going to have to kill off a 5-minute man disadvantage here. As with 9:02 remaining, the Mavericks start on their power play. They'll have a power play for the next 5 minutes. As Noah Reinhardt has assessed a major penalty for high sticking on the play. Five seconds coming off the penalty there. And Lotempio and Amoya taking the draw. Amoya now has it. Amoya in behind the net. Amoya looking to set up power play here. It's it to Drew Marino. Drew Marino back to the point. Panapinto. Panapinto across. That shot is blocked on the play by Glasgow. Number 3, Noah Reinhardt. 5 minutes for high Puck slides just out into the neutral zone as Nick Shantler can't keep it in. Shantler will have to gather it in now in his own zone and look to send a breakout pass up to Panapinto. Panapinto can't get it back to Shantler, and an opportunity there for Glasgow. Glasgow fired a pass in front, couldn't get it to Lotempio, but the goaltender had a little bit of difficulty handling it there. Almost got through him and into the net. Sent back in by Ryan Hahn. Leaving a little bit of pressure in the neutral zone as there's 3 minutes and 45 seconds in the major penalty to Reinhart. Reinhart getting the major penalty there for high sticking on the play. As the Bengals are doing good work here on the penalty kill, keeping the puck inside the Maverick zone. Coming away now, though, is Amoya. Amoya bodied off the puck there. And Militello and Glasgow team up to send it length of the ice. Shantler in behind his own net. Sends a pass in front of the net across to Zimmerman. Zimmerman in the neutral zone. Zimmerman getting across the red line, dumping it in. Stopped there by Dave Hahn. Gets it to Farnett. Farnett tries to walk across around his man, but Drew Marino takes it away from him. Marino back to Panapinto. Panapinto loses the handle on it briefly, but keeps it in and fires it in the far corner. Zimmerman. Zimmerman to Drew Marino. Slides it across the far point where Shantler has it. Shantler stops and starts and looks for some free ice. Carries it down into the far corner. Shantler in behind the net. Shantler stops and feeds it to Zimmerman. Zimmerman coming off the boards, let a shot go, saved by Dave Hahn, and Hahn covers up the rebound as Shantler was right there on top of him. And there's a little bit of a scuffle there in front of the net. As Shantler went hard to the net. And that got the attention of the Buff State players. Couldn't quite tell who it was that came in there to clear him out. Looks like Farnett. Farnett cleared him out after Shantler was digging for the puck. Shantler went back at Farnett, and he's going to get a penalty for that. Nick Shantler heading towards the box. And we're going to be 4-on-4 here for the next 2 minutes as the faceoff will come back into the Medaille College zone. Looked like it was that last extra shot that Shantler took at Farnett that got him to 2 minutes. So it will be 4-on-4 as there is 2:36 remaining in the Reinhart penalty. So we'll be 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes, and then a brief abbreviated power play for Medaille coming up after that. .6:15 remaining here in the third period. Thank you for joining us for live coverage on YouTube of Buffalo State Club Hockey, being brought to you by AutoStars Collision and Mechanical. Quality service and car care from their location at 225 Amherst Street. You can contact them at 877-2892. That's AutoStars Collision and Mechanical. Bodami circling, carrying it in towards the center, gets the puck taken off his stick by Tant, who comes in the other direction. Tant can't get around Hahn. And the puck comes free into the corner. Tant tries to feed a pass across, but Bodami gets in the way. Bodami sends a long pass up to Elliot Hunt. Hunt gets the puck taken off of his stick by Sitch, and Sitch comes back in the opposite direction for the Mavericks. Sitch with Bodami on him. Sitch just avoids a big hit there by Hahn, and both players end up going down as Elliot Hunt has the puck in the neutral zone. Hunt with a step on the defender. Hunt in all alone. He shoots in a nice stop there on the play by Alex Paul. Elliot Hunt with a chance to get his second of the game. Goaltender Alex Paul made a good stop there to foil that opportunity. On the faceoff coming up to Paul's right with 5:32 remaining in the third. 55 seconds remaining in the penalty to the Medaille College player. Minute 26 in the Reinhart major. So it's 4-on-4 hockey as John Glasgow gets knocked down behind the net. Nicola Tempio comes up with a loose puck, carries it in front. He gets a shot off, just off the side of the net. Glasgow can't get the loose puck, but it comes across to Lotempio. Lotempio back into the corner for Glasgow. Glasgow walks around his man, but loses control of it to Filipiak. And we'll have another penalty coming up here as a hooking call is signaled. Might be followed with an unsportsmanlike conduct as well. Looks like it's Filipiak heading to the box. See if there is a second call on the play. So in the conversation after the call was being made, it looked like the referee made a second call, possibly for unsportsmanlike. We'll have to wait and hear what we get from the scorekeeper's box. But it does appear that the Bengals will be going on the power play with 5:03 remaining in the third period. It is an 8-4 Buff State lead. Second player just getting into the box for the Mavericks. So it appears there will be two different penalties called in the play. Referee still over there at the scorekeeper's box, relaying exactly what the call in the play is. There are 4 Bengals on the ice right now and 3 Mavericks. So it will be a 4-on-3 here as we get things started. Draw one there by the Mavericks, and Sitch takes it away. Tries to send it around the far side, but he can't get it past Hahn. Shot on goal there by Thornton, saved by Paul. Medaille College penalties to number 2, Logan Filipiak. 2 minutes for hooking and 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Filipiak, 2 minutes for hooking and 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of the Mavericks penalty, 14:57. So the first Medaille College penalty has been released. So now it should be 4-on-4, but there appears to be a little bit of a debate as to exactly how many players should be on the ice at the moment. Just have to get that sorted here in a moment. So we have 4:26 remaining in the third period. You're tuned into live coverage of Buffalo State Club hockey, being brought to you on YouTube by Ivy Lee Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy with over 60 years of serving Kenmore and the surrounding area. Find Ivy Lee Pharmacy at 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. 4 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the third period. Buff State Bengals return to action next weekend, playing next Saturday here at home against Geneseo. Buff State and Geneseo State College, an 8 p.m. start from right here at the Buffalo State Ice Arena. The two schools get together for a home-and-home then, with Buff State returning the favor and going to play at Geneseo on Sunday next week. We hope you can join us for the home game here Saturday night at 8 o'clock. If not, you can join us right here on YouTube, and we'll be bringing you live coverage of Buffalo State Club hockey throughout the season. Score is 8-4. 4 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the third period. Seems that the officials have sorted out exactly how many players are supposed to be on the ice, and it's going to be a 4-on-3 opportunity for the Bengals now. Ryan Hahn picking up the puck, sending a backhand pass through the neutral zone. Goes just too far for Brooks, and it's Sitch now in the opposite direction for the Medaille Mavericks. Sitch shoots it right on net, caught there by Hahn, and he sets it up behind the net for Ryan Hahn. Lotempio gets it up into the neutral zone for Brooks. Brooks to Thornton. Thornton carrying it in, slides it across to Lotempio, just too far for him. Lotempio has it in the corner as Reinhardt comes out of the box, and it's a 5-on-3 for the Bengals. Lotempio's shot gets blocked, and it's cleared out of the zone and into the neutral zone where Marino and Glasgow chase it down. Glasgow getting it away from Drew Marino, finding some room to operate. Send a pass over to Ryan Hahn as there's 3:37 now remaining in regulation. A 2-man advantage for the next 30 seconds for Buff State. Glasgow setting it up at the right point. Glasgow carrying it in, walking in and letting a shot go. Oh, it goes off the post. Glasgow got a lot on that one. It beat the goaltender, but it couldn't beat the post. Comes back out in the other direction. It's Sitch. Sitch can't get it around Glasgow, and now it's a 4-on-2 for the Bengals. Lotempio carrying it in. Michael Lotempio carries it behind that, slides it in front. Thornton couldn't get the handle on it, and it goes to Brooks. Brooks keeps it in at the left point briefly. Sitch has it knocked off his stick by Thornton, and now it's Brooks carrying it in. Brooks across. Michael Lotempio goes off of his stick into the corner. Lotempio carrying it out of the corner now. Lotempio in through the slot, carrying in towards the net, gets a hook there on the play. Can't quite get as much on the shot as he would want to. As Brooks tries to feed in a wraparound attempt there that is covered up on the play by Paul. And we'll have a whistle here with 2:43 remaining in the third period. Both teams now back to full strength as the Bengals are leading by a score of 8-4. Face-off will be to the goaltender Alex Paul's right inside the Maverick zone, as it's going to be Gudzik and Lotempio. Gudzik wins the draw for the Mavericks, and Filipiak sends a pass to the right wing. Puck comes out into the neutral zone now, and O'Connor runs down after it. O'Connor has it in the corner now, carrying it behind his own net. Reverses a pass to Botch. Botch in the left-hand corner, sends a pass up to Lotempio. Lotempio to Hunt. Hunt through the neutral zone. Hunt across the blue line now. Hunt sends a pass in front. Lotempio's shot gets blocked there. Nice pass to Hunt by Hunt to set up Lotempio in front. But Lotempio could get the shot past the defender. O'Connor in the neutral zone. Sends a pass deep into the Maverick zone and on goal, where Alex Militello chases it down. Militello carrying it out of the corner. Almost runs in Hunt, but he gets a pass out to O'Connor. O'Connor lets a shot go that gets in on goal. Save made on the play by Paul, and we're going to have another penalty coming up to Medaille. Shot there coming from the point by O'Connor goes just wide. Militello sidesteps a check as the Medaille player touches the puck, and we'll have a whistle here with 1:41 remaining in the period. Medaille going back onto the power, or Medaille taking another penalty here, and Buff State will be going back on the power play. It's an 8-4 Buff State lead with 1:41 remaining in the game. Buff State will have a chance to add to it now here on the man advantage. Zimmerman picking up the penalty here. 2 minutes for slashing on the play. So Buff State gets another opportunity to work on the power play with 1:41 remaining here. Medaille College penalty to number 77, Al Zimmerman. 2 minutes for slashing. Zimmerman, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the Mavericks penalty, 18-19. Bodami setting it up on the power play, tries to feed a pass across in front, but it's Anthony Amoya coming in the other direction for the Mavericks. Amoya being watched by Lotempio. Amoya drives it in, tries to get a shot on goal, goes just off the side of the net, and it will be Michael Lotempio looking to break back in the opposite direction. Feeds it up to Bodami and into Medaille College zone. Gets it to Glasgow. Glasgow shot in front, just wide. Last minute of play in regulation. In this third meeting of the year between these two schools, clearly some bad blood developing, as Michael Lotempio and the player there, Tom Smith, engaged in conversation. Clearly not happy with each other, as there are a couple of shots taken back and forth there at the whistle. Appears that it will be Michael Lotempio, however, getting the only call on the play. No, it appears that a Medaille player is also in the box. Coincidental minors would be my guess at the 19:04 mark. Smith and Mike Lotempio. Now there's a second player in the box for Buff State, so we'll have to see exactly what the call is. Murphy also picking up a penalty on the play, or at least he's also in the box. See exactly what the calls here are in a moment as the officials sort it out and continue to have their conversations at the scorekeeper's box in front of the penalty box. And it appears that Mike Lotempio is being kicked out of the game. Not quite sure why. But Mike Lotempio now leaving the ice. We'll see exactly what the penalty call to him was on the play. Both players got penalties on the play. It wasn't Smith that ends up getting penalty for Medaille, however. It's a different player in the box. Can't quite tell who it is. Can't read the number from this distance. Have to wait and see exactly what the official call here is on the play. But we have 56 seconds remaining in the third period. Buff State leading by a score of 8-4. Bengals looking for their 7th win in a row, hoping to move their record to 8-3 on the season. Face-off will be inside the Buff State zone. And it appears it will be a 4-on-3 advantage for the Mavericks. Now the player in the box for Medaille is the same one that had the penalty from before, that's Zimmerman. So Smith didn't get a penalty. The only penalty on the play, it appears, went to Lotempio, but Murphy's also in the box. So it will be a 4-on-3 here as Medaille has taken a timeout. Timeout Medaille. 56 seconds remaining in the game. And just a little bit of a delay here as Medaille has taken their timeout. And the face-off will be coming up inside Buffalo State territory to the left of goaltender Dave Hahn. Bengals enjoying an 8-4 lead as they look for their 7th win in a row. Face-off taken away by Bodami. Bodami tries to clear it, but it hits a skate, and Panapinto lets a shot go. That one hits a skate as well and goes off in the corner. Bodami trying to kill off the remaining time here in the period as there's 42 seconds left. Puck comes back out to Panapinto, lets a shot go. That one handled there in the play by Hahn. He'll cover up for a whistle with 36 seconds to go. .36 seconds remaining in regulation action here from the Buffalo State Ice Arena. Bengals leading by an 8-4 margin. Amoya wins the draw, but it's Hahn coming away with the puck. Hahn flips a backhand pass through the neutral zone and heads all the way down into the Mavericks territory. Panapinto, first one back there for it. Panapinto circles behind his net to set up a breakout pass, but it hits off Bodami's skate, and Anthony Farnett picks up the loose puck, sends it back to the Medaille goal. Shantler now, as there's 10 seconds left in regulation. Shantler's pass up to Marino. Marino to Amoya, as there's just 4, 3, and 2 remaining. Amoya takes a shot to end the game. Dave Hahn handles that one with the glove, and the Bengals have won their 7th game in a row. So our final score from the Buffalo State Ice Arena tonight is the Buffalo State College Bengals 8 and Medaille Mavericks 4. Bengals are now 8-3 on season, and next returning action next Saturday. Bengals play at home here against Geneseo. The Knights come to town for an 8 p.m. face-off here at the Buffalo State Ice Arena. We hope you'll join us then. He either here on YouTube or live in the building. Thank you for joining us for this live broadcast. Our coverage tonight on YouTube brought to you by Envious Gameware by Bar Down Creative, the official uniform supplier of Buffalo State Club Hockey. By Bob and John's La Hacienda, a Buffalo pizza tradition since 1972. By All-Stars Collision and Mechanical, quality service and car care from their location at 225 Amherst. Also by Ivy Lee Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy with over 60 years of experience serving Kenmore and the surrounding areas. Ivy Lee Pharmacy, 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name's Aaron Elpern. We'll talk to you next week as Buff State faces Geneseo. Have a good night.